Hi all, this is your girl Natasha, and once again I'm back, and I wanted to share a little knowledge, or information I should say, to you biological women. Now of course, the new word now is cisgender women, and I know it's been said by a few YouTube women that they don't want to be called cisgender, it's something that's made up and this and that and the other. Hogwash. It's a word. Cisgender woman is not a bad word. They figure, it's made up from the LGBT community, so it's a bad word to call a woman that was born female a cisgender woman. I do wish some people would grow up and get on the ball. And then please act intelligent if you're not. Cisgender women, calling a biological female is not an insult if you also say cisgender. It means the same thing. But anyway, what I wanted to talk to you biological women, I'll say biological for the sake of this video because I don't feel like arguing with some biological women who have a problem with being called a cisgendered woman, which does not take from them being born female or anything. It's just what it is. But anyway, it was a topic that interested me. And I said, well, let me share with some of you biological women about spotting a down low man, or even if you suspect a man is gay. Now, a lot of you women, you wouldn't know a down low man or a gay man if it hit you in the head, especially if he's masculine. Of course, you know gay men come in different packages. Some are ultra masculine, some are ultra feminine. Now, if some of you biological women are dating a man and you get a feeling by his actions or something, is he gay? Or is he down low? More than likely, he is. If you get that feeling and it comes to your mind, it could be possible. Especially if you say, well, he has a little feminine tendencies. Or he acts a little feminine. But then you poo-poo it off. And then you find out that he is down low. Then you think, oh my goodness, what have I done? Women, it happens. If you suspect your man is down low, then more than likely he is. And when I say down low, it could mean either he likes men, masculine men like himself, or he could like feminine men. Okay, the spectrum is wide. You have your feminine gay men, you have your masculine gay men, and you have your in-betweens. That they give you masculine and feminine all in one. So if you suspect that your man could possibly be gay, if he has feminine tendencies, then do some investigating. Watch. Follow that radar that goes off. And then if you have a masculine man and you just don't spook it, well, it is what it is. But let me tell you this. Then you have the down low man that may like a trans woman. Now that is a horse of another color, I'll say. Because a lot of times society will put down a man who likes a trans woman. You know my platform is about trans women. Now I love my LGBT community, but right now I'm focusing on trans women and gay men. And next I will talk about my lesbians because I have lesbian friends. So I'm going to go down the spectrum. Not right now, but if your man likes a trans woman, automatically society will call him gay. I say, I don't think he's gay. In all cases, he may not be gay. Now, in saying that, you may have some men that like trans women and they want to be done by them. Trans women who have not had the surgery and they still have their penis. Some men like to be done by a trans woman if she's that type of trans woman. Or he might like to give her fellatio. Then what would you call him? And that's a very interesting question or matter. Now, in my opinion, I would say that I don't know. I would say he's gay if he likes to get a trans woman on his back serving him. We'll put it like that. I would kind of say, yeah, you're gay, but you want a trans woman that's pre-op and that who operates in that matter to do that. But then you have your masculine men who like trans women and don't like that. They're attracted to trans women and they're not gay, and they're attracted to cisgender women. They like both type of women, trans or biological. Now, I don't call that kind of man gay. It's just that he likes women, whether they were born female or they were trans or they're trans women. But the problem is, a lot of women will label him gay if they find out that he's with a trans woman. And he's also with women. He likes two type of women. Doesn't mean he's gay. And like I said, for the man that likes a trans woman who will get on top of his back and do his thing, I question that myself. Yes, coming from a trans woman, I question that myself. And for a man who likes a trans woman and doesn't want any part of her on top of him, he likes her like he does a trans woman, whether she's pre-op or she's post-op, meaning she's had the surgery medically, and she has a vagina. I don't see how he could be gay. He's having sex with one who has a vagina medically, or one who was born with one. You see, when a man gets hard, he doesn't care how he gets off, in some cases. And don't go thinking I'm running off saying, oh, every man who gets hard is going and wants to get off is going to go run to the LGBT community. That is not what I'm saying. But most men, when they get hard, they like to get off. And the ones who may like a trans woman in the way that they like a biological woman, I say he's not gay. And if anyone doesn't know her tea, then she can get through society and no one would know that that's a trans woman. But nowadays, trans women are out. It's the new thing, I say, from my days and my generation when it was hidden and the man didn't want anyone to know he was with a trans woman. I think that it's slowly becoming the norm. They're slowly coming out. But the point of this little tutorial for my cisgender women is that if you suspect that your man is down low and you don't like it, and I can very well understand, you want a straight man. So if your radar goes off and you suspect this, then it's probably true. If you choose to investigate, well, that's on you. Or if you choose to say, well, I'm not sure, so I'm going to leave it alone, then you've saved yourself the trouble of being an investigator. It just depends on the woman. But now when you go around knocking the man and calling him names, that's a different story. Like some cisgender women do. So women, I'm just telling you a little bit of, if your radar goes off and you suspect he's down low, then more than likely he is. We have to learn to be educated in society and not always be ignorant. That's for some women who tend to be ignorant and like to throw shade and things of that nature. And then there's women who like to take a token gay just to say, I love the community. Yet and still you're always throwing shade. Please don't be like that. Women, I gave you a little tutorial, what to look for. And I hope that you will, listen to it, or if not, you can poo-poo it. But I just throw that information out there because I find it very interesting. So, that's all I wanted to say. Yes, and they are masculine men who like femme men. But they're not sissies or faggots, as they call them. No. They're just masculine men who like feminine men. Oh, well. It's a broad spectrum in the LGBT community. And I just wanted to touch on something else. When Maddie had her morning show, and because I wanted to see if there was going to be a lot of comments or whatever about what went on when they were teasing Larry or whatever. I feel that they were coming from a joking place because maybe it had been certain things that they had questioned about Larry. I don't really think that they were really being harsh on him, or they were making fun that he was molested. I think they were making fun even though he was telling his molestation story. And I don't think that I saw Maddie didn't even want to engage in that, because that's not what Maddie's platform is about. And no, I'm not clout chasing T.S. Madison. I've always been a fan, Maddie Mob. I'm just saying, using that as a prime example about how some straight men can be labeled gay because they may engage with gay men, meaning talk or be friends. That's another topic. Yeah. If you're a straight man that's friend with gays or trans women friends, why does he have to be gay or sissy or whatever? And that's what I was zooming in on that morning show with T.S. Madison, was why they were zooming in more on, I believe, Larry being gay, and they were overlooking his molestation story. But nevertheless, T.S. Madison, she was focusing on the molestation and that it wasn't cute that they were making fun of Larry and he was trying to tell a serious story. And all everybody could do was make fun of he's gay. But in true Maddie fashion, she cleared it up. And she cleared it up well, but I'm just sharing my opinion because, like I said, I've been quiet for a while and watching certain things. And I think that that's where it came from. But they apologized. They were overlooking the molestation, was more making fun of Larry. So I don't think they were making fun of the molestation story. I mean, I, to be honest, I'll be honest with you people. I don't think you could call it rape because the guy that messed with me at 15, I wanted him. Actually, he was 19 and I was 15. And he came on to me and was touching me, but I had wanted him. I found him sexy. So I don't think you could call it rape. And I often wonder about that because he would touch me in certain ways and I would be like, oh my God. And I liked it. So that's a twist. Think about it, people. That's a twist. I can't say I was molested because I liked it. And I went along with the activity. Because deep inside, I've always felt like a woman. I felt like a teenage girl, and I enjoyed a teenage man making a pass at me, touching me. So, I don't know. I don't think it was rape. I wouldn't call that, molestation. I don't think I was molested because you can't rape the willing. Well, that's the way I feel. I wanted it. I enjoyed it. I was 15. It made me feel more of a woman, actually. I can't believe I'm telling my story. I need to share more stories. But yeah, I can't say that was molestation. And then I remember I dated a Navy guy and he snatched me one day. We were arguing in my room at college, off campus. And we were arguing, and he snatched me and threw me on the bed. And I was like, stop, because I was really angry. But he started undressing me. As a matter of fact, I was dressed up. At that time, I called it drag because I wasn't on hormones, but I felt like a woman. So I dressed up and I had on a skirt. And I remember he ripped that skirt off of me. I'm still angry, but he ripped that skirt off of me. And I was starting to think, rape. Stop it. You're raping me. That's what I said to him. But then I looked at him in the eyes, and all of a sudden, this man that I had been talking to and I found so sexy, even though you would call it rape, I gave in. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Wow, that was marvelous sex. I would say lovemaking because I had known him for a while. So that's a twist to it. If you're willing and someone's taking it from you and you're not really upset, is it rape? That's a good question. And that's what I wanted to tell my story about. Yeah, it happened to me, I would say 3 times in my lifetime. Yeah, guys that I knew, and we got in a fight or whatever, and then they just took it from me. And I enjoyed it. I would say, stop, stop, but I loved it. And I loved what they did to me, and I just felt like a woman. But was it still rape? That's a good question. And I often think about that. Was you, Natasha, were you raped or were you willing because you enjoyed it? Good question. I can't say I was molested. I can't say I was raped because I enjoyed it. I didn't continue to fight. I gave in. And later I basked in the glow along with him in the bed after everything was over. And then I laid and I thought, Tasha, were you just raped? I don't I don't know. I don't know what to say. I just wanted to tell you guys part of that story. Yeah. I loved my sailors, honey, in Norfolk, Virginia. I still have a little place in my heart for sailors and ships. But yeah, in closing, that's a good question. I'd like to discuss that one day. Could I call it rape because we were arguing and then all of a sudden he took it from me and I enjoyed it and went along with it and was not upset after it was over? Good question. I don't think it was rape because I was willing. But if it's ever happened to anyone out there, what do you call it or what do you think it was? Now with that, I'm going to go. I've talked long enough. You know, I've got to do a live one of these days. I'm nervous. I've never done a live. I don't know who to pick for a moderator because I know it's going to be trolls in there reading me for filth, and I'm the type that'll just laugh because I'm comical and have a sense of humor, and I'll see those troll things and I'll just laugh and the live will go left. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I have to talk to a few people to see how you run a live. But anyway, that's all I have to say. That was the questions or things that I wanted to throw out there to you guys. Anyway, I'll be on camera, presentable. My next video. Love you guys. Mwah. And I'm still going to enjoy those Milano cookies. I'm drinking lemon seltzer water now. A girl has to keep water in her body. It's good for you. While this horrible virus is going around, people, please be careful. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. Please be careful out there. People, be careful. The life you save may be your own. Love you guys. Bye-bye.